Welcome back to the Butetown Buzz and beyond.
I'm Ivan.
And I'm Oliver.
And we've got a great show prepared for you today. We'll be doing our first ever magic window.
I'll be getting you up to date with the weather.
And Ariana, Fionn and Imogen will be speaking to some Gorillaz fans about their take on the music scene in Cardiff.
Kieran and I have also been working on a story that explores the role of AI in film and media.
You're watching the Butetown Buzz and beyond.
Thank you, Oliver and Ivan, for that. Today on the Magic Window, we are on our American recap from 2025 and 2026. The first subject of today will be our drinks. 2026 team had the opportunity to go to Better Buzz. The flavour was sweet. It was blue raspberry and vanilla. It was sweet but flavourful. The rating was about 5 out of 10, mainly because of the price was $7.99. But overall, service was great, everyone was great, the drink was even nicer.
And over in 2025, we went to the Dutch Bros. They were very, very good. I love their prices. It was perfect, like reasonable, and the taste was great too. Truthfully, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 experience for me, personally. Of course, next we have the sunsets. I was very lucky. I was able to see the 2025 sunset in Cali. It was amazingly colorful. It was just an unforgettable moment, honestly. The beach looked amazing at that moment.
Going over to the best part of the year, in my opinion, was the sunsets of 2026. We went to a place called Turnaround where we had a 10 out of 10 experience. The bright orange going across the water. We even spotted some dolphins in the water as well, which is beautiful to watch. Next, we're going on to everyone's favourite part. Jack in the Box. Food versus food. Jack in the Box, Chick-fil-A. Which one would be better? In my opinion, it's Jack in the Box. We had a nice burger, some nice french fries. It was beautiful. The price was perfect. It was about $10 to $15. It was a great experience. Overall, loved it. How about you, Emil?
Over in 2025, we had Chick-fil-A. Now, I'm a big chicken guy. I do love me chicken, and so couldn't really go wrong with me. I personally found it to be amazing. It tasted great, pretty cheap in general. That was my notification. And it was... Personally, I gave it a 10 out of 10. Maybe I already said that. It doesn't matter because it's true. Moving on to Tampa. Now, Tampa 2025 was, I know I already said this before, but it was an unforgettable experience. I reckon that if everything had been in... I reckoned that Tampa was one of the best places that we went in general. The people were great. The experience overall was just a once-in-a-lifetime experience for me.
100%, I agree with you there with the experience. Going on to the 2026 side. Honestly, it was immense. The competition, the people. We even come away with the first place for Award of Excellence. Overall, 9.5 out of 10. If we stayed there a couple of days longer, would have been a 10 out of 10. Thank you guys. This has been the America Recap. Which one would you prefer? The 2025? The 2026? Would you go back? Would you go forward? We'll see you on the next one. We'll bring you back to the anchors.
It just goes to show that no two youth exchanges are the same. Who knows, maybe you'll be coming with us next year. Pack your raincoats. For our next segment, we're over to Kiana with the weather.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Kiana with the Butetown Buzz and Beyond, and today I'll be presenting you the weather for the week. So, the week will be starting a little bit cloudy with highs being 10 degrees and the lows being 10 degrees. The clouds will be sadly rolling into Tuesday, and although it'll be a little bit warmer than the day before, Highs are only 13 degrees and lows are still 9 degrees. Things will start to look a little bit better on Wednesday, with highs being 16 degrees and lows being 7, which is also the hottest day of the week. You'll be happy to hear that the sun's also shining on Thursday, where highs will be 15 degrees and lows will be 7. Friday's temperatures are slightly similar, with highs being 13 degrees and lows being 6, but it'll be partially cloudy with sunshine. On Saturday, the clouds are floating back, with highs of 9 degrees that will be dropping to lows of 5 degrees. And finally, to wrap up the week, Sunday will be sunny and partially cloudy, with highs of 10 degrees and lows of a very low 4 degrees. So, whether it will be cloudy or sunny, at least now you know what to expect. This was the weather forecast on Butetown Buzz.
Cardiff has seen some big names in its venues these last few years, from Kendrick Lamar and Beyonce to Gorillaz. Ariana, Fionn and Imogen hit the streets to ask some fans what they thought about the emerging music scene in town.
We are in the city centre interviewing people about the Gorillaz concert and what they think of concerts in Cardiff.
Self-titled Gorillaz. I love all the classics. Got the nail song.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Yo, let's get
Got the nail
Oh
song.
my god!
It's a good dance vibe.
Yes!
I really love the vibe. Oh, it's basic but classic beach.
Yeah, mine's probably Classic Beach as well actually.
Yeah. Oh, I like super fast jellyfish. That's one of my favourites.
I quite like Trance. I think that would probably be my favourite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like Plastic Beach. It's by far the best. It's got one of the best. Also very boring. But I really like it.
Probably Demon Days. Plastic Beach, I think. Yeah, it's just the most, like, the songs have the most similar style between them.
Yeah.
Whereas the other ones are very different between the songs. That's just Plastic Beach the most. Song? Still Bidding has to be the obvious one. I think it's probably Kids of Guns. The drum solo at the end is probably my favourite bit of music they've done. Yeah.
My dad.
Your dad?
My dad.
Cute. Love the generational. Yeah. My mum brought me up on them, and my dad. They both love Gorillaz and Damon Albarn in general.
Yeah, I just sort of grew up with that sort of music, so that's why I got it.
Yeah, and I just loved them since.
I got into Gorillaz through they introduced me 2-3 years ago, and I've listened quite a lot.
Him. Yeah. I discovered them a while ago when I was like my early teens.
Really great. I went to the Gorillaz exhibition in London, then I found out where the show started. Frankly, I'm doing choice right now.
Hey. Well, we live quite far, like, west of Wales, so to travel to places like London and stuff, so far for us. So when they come to Cardiff, it's so much better. It's more accessible. I've got places to stay, and I know the city, so it's better than if I went to London or Manchester or something.
Well, for me, it's I live nowhere near here, so you know, it's either them coming here, I guess. They used to come to Poland one day.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good music venue. Yeah, it's good generally. Yeah. Cardiff tends to do lots of good music. So
Good. Half and half. I work in hospitality, so sometimes it can be a little bit of a pain. But if I get to
I love when they come to Cardiff. It's cheaper it's stuff. You have to worry about transport and hotels and things.
I'd like to see something like corporate bands like pop and stuff. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think quite a few big artists have come recently, but at the same time, loads miss it. Like Granite Rap just missed it, so things like that. So I think just other big artists or upcoming artists.
Chuffed. I mean, that's part of the reason I came here was I knew all the music was here. So you know, any events on, they tend to be they're doing it all, but tends to be one in Cardiff, so I can squeeze in and catch them. So yeah, it's usually the closest place to me to catch music as well.
Couple bands I would like to see in Mid-Ski. Bands, yeah, I would love to see Mid-Ski in Cardiff. Not this one, but another big one of mine is We Can Pray. Another big one of mine is Lord Huron. Swim in Bristol. They're really good to come to.
Yes.
Dreadnoughts, but I think that's just me. Okay. Yeah, that is just you. Yeah. Gorillaz is a big name to come to Cardiff.
Definitely.
Tame Impala would be good. That would be. I wanted to go see them in Birmingham, but yeah, it's quite expensive.
I think it's meant to remind us that we are actually here. Yeah. Like it happened last year when Oasis and Stereophonics came. That brought a lot of people to Cardiff and people were for that. Yeah, it's going to be to Cardiff and think we're going to use a business because Wales is not as much recognised as the rest of the UK.
Well, they include every other British country, so I don't know why they would.
Yeah, I think because we're from Wales, we just appreciate it more so because we don't usually get that sort of thing around here.
Yeah, exactly.
With the best parts, so, yeah.
And why do you think it's important for these artists to come to Wales?
Well, it's kind of just the the main centre of Wales. Yeah. Pretty much anyone who lives in Wales will come to Cardiff for music.
Kieran and I spotted the graffiti-covered lane on Womanby Street. We knew it would be the perfect place to shoot a video. With the help of our American friend from California, Mr. Green, we put some AI tools to the test. Here's how it went. Earlier episode of the Butetown Buzz, we took a look at the use of AI to create music, and we talked to some professional musicians to get their opinions on AI. In this episode, we return to the topic with an experimental film using a form of artificial intelligence that we call performative. This means that the actors still act, the writers still write, and the cinematographers still shoot all of the action. So Kieran, when you walk, you should look scared and curious at the same time.
We're doing all the writing, acting and photography for the whole project.
So, what does the AI do? It changes the time of day, it changes the actors' costumes, and in our short experimental film, it takes us back to Cardiff in the year 1926, exactly 100 years ago. Life here in the alleyway in 1926 would probably be dark, gloomy, not many people around, and scary maybe. For our short film, we are going to use still images and motion videos, all shot by our team, to give the AI model some reference images. Our actor is Kieran, using both still images and video clips along with written instructions that we feed to the AI model, and soon enough we have been transported back in time. So Kieran is a 14-year-old boy in 1926 and he walks past the alleyway, and Kieran's a curious boy, so he walks up the alleyway and finds a door which he then goes into.
I was walking past the alleyway and I was curious and I decided to walk in. Bit of a daredevil.
Our film has 3 scenes. We can share the first and second scene, but the third scene is, well, top secret. Scene 3? Sorry, you'll have to wait.
Cardiff, 1926. A city clawing its way through smoke and struggle. Built on coal, these are tough times in the city. A rat skitters across damp cobblestones. Steam hisses from a rusted metal vent embedded in the ground. The kind of place secrets linger. A young man, well-dressed and wearing a coat and cap, walks into an alley. He looks out of place here. His eyes are sharp, cautious, curious, apprehensive. Hearing a strange sound coming from an open doorway, he is both curious and careful. Yesterday is today. Today is tomorrow. Welcome to the future.
Thanks for joining us for our latest show. All of us here at the Butetown Buzz are really grateful for your support.
If you've got any ideas for the next episode, or if you want to get involved, then don't hesitate to reach out.
Once again, I'm Oliver.
And I'm Ivan.
And thank you for watching the Butetown Buzz and beyond.